Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today I'm here to showcase my pickups from the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, but also just to talk about the con a little bit. I definitely wanted to do another sort of hunt style vlog that I did last year for the event and alongside Too Many Games, but this year I'm broke, and when I'm broke I don't really want to, spend a lot of money, obviously. And when I'm at cons like this, just conventions in general, I like to bring a decent amount of cash, nothing crazy, like at least $100, but I'm so broke I couldn't even do that. I had like $18 cash on me, and I was like, well, let's see what we could do with that. And that's pretty much what my con experience was. So, even though I was rather negative on the con last year, if you guys watch my video from it, because it's always so crowded in there. Like, there's just so many people walking around, which is nice. It's cool, but trying to get into certain booths to try to look for games and all this other stuff, it's just not fun. But for this year, I was told by my good friend Jimmy that, hey, they got press passes. So I was like, hey, you know what? I've been going to this con on and off for the past few years, ever since like 2016. So it's been a while, and I wanted to sort of show my support for it again, and also if I could get into it for free, why not? So I got weekend passes for me and my girlfriend because she is my camera woman, to sort of vlog and showcase what I'm looking through. My first time ever getting a weekend pass because of it. So that is pretty dope. And shout out to the Retro Island Gaming Boys and Kimmy for being the headline sponsor for the event. That is so freaking cool. And I love those guys over there. They're doing crazy, insane stuff, not paid whatsoever. I just want to support them. But yeah. So when we first entered the con, we went to the free play area because I think that is honestly one of the best parts of the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo is how many consoles and PCs that they have for free play. Literally, you could just go up to any one of them, start playing whatever game is there, whether it's Quake, whether it's Lego Island, whatever. And it's pretty cool. I don't really spend a whole lot of time in there, but I think that that is something that if you were like me this year and you're broke and you don't have a lot of money, but you had enough to get into the con, that is something that is worthwhile to at least check out, walk around, see what games they got, try out certain games that maybe you haven't played in a few years or games that you've never played in general. I think that is such a cool thing to showcase the retro games that are out there for consoles and PC. And while we were playing Pong, which is like considered like one of the first video games ever, we saw these. We weren't given these when we walked in. We were just given badges. I don't know where you would pick these up, but hey, you know what? I saw them like this, and I was like, hey, that's the Retro Island Gaming ad that they got going on here. It's very, nice, concise about what they do. They are very, very thorough in terms of checking the games, making sure everything is clean and nice for your presentation, so when you come home you don't really have to worry about cleaning it or anything like that. But I didn't even flip through this event program thing, and I know that they have panels, they got tournaments and all of that other stuff. But yeah, so once we were actually finally able to walk around the show floor and sort of see what was going on here, we started in the cafeteria because that was something that we missed out last year. Even though we started there, even though that's where I met up with Jimmy and all of his friends, it wasn't necessarily something that we looked through afterwards. That was something that we forgot about the con when we left. We were like, oh shoot, we didn't check out any of those vendors there. But for this year, that's where we started, to just make sure that we don't miss out on that. And the way that they had it set up was that was sort of like the artist alley section of the con, which is pretty cool. I love that they did it for that convention this year, because I think the way they had it before was that if you were like a artist or something like that, you would be like mixed in with like everyone else in like the main expo area. And I think it made it hard for certain artists to get noticed, if you will. I think a lot of them still did well, but I think having all of them within this one booth or sort of area, if you will, like, what you're getting into. You know that they're gonna have stickers, they're gonna have charms, they're gonna have all of that stuff for like Artist Alley. So I really enjoyed that. And the first booth that I went to, I saw this. I saw a Sonic comic, and I was like, hey, yo, you know what? This booth has Sonic comics, and it was 2 for $1, so 50 cents each. I was like, oh, let me go and dig through the rest of these books. And digging through them, it wasn't a whole lot, if I'm being honest. It was just a bunch of other Archie books, nothing Sonic related. He had a couple of other like DC books and whatnot, but nothing that I was looking out for, if you will. But I was like, damn, I need a second book with this. So I saw this when I was skimming through it. It is Ultimate Spider-Man 107. So yeah, it's a pretty cool cover. I love Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. This is like the first ever comic book run that I read, but I already have it. But I was like, if I need a second book to make it $1, I was like, well, I might as well just get that, because at least I know I like it, and I could always hand this off to a friend of mine that also likes Spider-Man, Damien, which we have a podcast together called the Travis and Damien Podcast. Quick little plug. But yeah, we talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, so those were the 2 books that I got. And then he also had a bunch of trades, and the trades were all half off of their cover price. So I saw this one, which I've never seen before. This is a Amazing Spider-Man 2 Prelude, and it has Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone on the cover. Very creative. But, I love those movies, even through their flaws. I think the cast and the director did the best that they could given their script, and sort of the Sony messing with that version of Spider-Man, trying to make his parents such a big deal and all that other stuff. Anyways, yeah, I decided to get this. It's a bunch of stories related to the movie. I think there's even like a movie adaptation in these comics. So it's kind of weird, kind of interesting. But yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on in here. It even has some really, really old Spider-Man comics in here. But yeah, I got this he just made it $7. And then this was $1, so he just made it $8. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. That's fine. Gave him $8. Moved on with my day. And then right before we were leaving Artist Alley, there were a couple of other cool booths there. Not gonna lie, they had some pins, stickers, all of this other stuff. But I saw Arcade Designs. I have never seen this booth at the expo before. Maybe they have been at the expo before. I have no idea. But he had some cool Ninja Turtle stickers there, and it was $6 a piece. Or if you got 5, or 6. No, 5. If you got 5, it was 25. So instead of paying, 24 for 4, you would get an extra one for $1. So I saw these dope Ninja Turtle ones, which are representative of the 2003 series. So this one is Donatello. We got Donatello. I didn't know this when I was there. I definitely would have given it back, but he gave me 2 Mikeys. So yeah, I got 2 Michelangelos there. And then we got Leonardo, my favorite turtle. And then, of course, Raphael. So those were the 4 stickers that I got. And then he was like, you got one more. And I was like, just get me the other Ninja Turtle sticker. This one's pretty cool because it's like the box shape. Because older comic books would have this on the top with like the series name, price of it, the date that it came out. And I think even like the numbering of like whatever issue it was. So yeah, just a nice little homage with the Ninja Turtle design on there. So yeah, I got that for because I paid with card, I paid like 27, 28, something like that, which I didn't mind. I'm supporting a artist, I think it is always so cool to see what certain people are doing with their art. Obviously he gave me this little baggie to hold the stickers in, and also I guess this is like his business card, and he also gave me a magnet, which just showcases all of the different arts that he's done over the years, along with his logo. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely gonna put this on my PC because I don't have anywhere else to really put magnets. But yeah, and then we were just walking around the show floor. I was just looking through games. I was trying to see if there's like any other deals or like a game that I don't remember that I wanted, but maybe I wanted, that I really, really wanted at the convention. But nothing really popped out. I haven't been on the retro video game collecting craze as of late, so going to a con like this, I'm not gonna be inclined to spend a lot of money. I think there was a booth that I saw that had like Deadpool on like PS3 or something like that, but I think it also got re-released on PS4, so I probably want that version. I have no idea, but yeah, like I said, not really looking out for video games lately because I'm broke, and also, do I really need more video games? The last purchase that I made was there's always this booth every single year that just has a bunch of gibbets, and I don't mind buying bootleg gibbets because gibbets could fall off very easily. Obviously the official ones are always super duper nice, but this booth just has a bunch of random bootleg ones. I think it's like if you get 10, it'd be for $10, or if you get 25, it was 20. So we were just putting them in my hand, and then at a certain point we were like, we have like 20 something, so we might as well just get 25. And also I was going to give some to my friend and his girlfriend because we were seeing them the next day, which is why I couldn't attend the second day, or the sort of Sunday, for Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. But yeah, I pretty much got a bunch of gibbets. You're probably seeing them on screen right now, for my friend, his girlfriend, and also my girlfriend, because I just gave them to her. But these are the 6 that I have. So the first one here, let's stick with the Ninja Turtles thing. We got Donatello. This one is the 2003 one, just by the pose I could tell. Then we got Patrick Star from SpongeBob. How could you not want Patrick? And then we got Silver the Hedgehog. He has definitely seen better days, but this was one of the only Sonic ones that I really, really liked. We also got Amy Rose. Then we got a big one here. This one is Superman. Summer of Superman. Superman is such a great movie. And then the last one that I picked out for myself is a Naruto. I don't even know if this is... I don't know the goddamn eyes anymore. You know, it's been so long since I've watched Naruto, and I haven't even watched Shippuden yet. So don't kill me, Naruto fans. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I paid like $25, $26. I forget exactly how much the goddamn card transaction fee was. So yeah, you know, didn't spend too much money. I didn't buy a single video game. I know that. But hey, you know, I had a great time at the convention. Shout out to Jimmy, EJ, Chicken Dog, and also Evoid for hanging out with me. Those guys are great, and I cannot wait to attend next year. Hopefully attend possibly all 3 days, probably only 2, but we'll see. I am very, very thankful that they allowed me to enter the convention as a press member, if you will. But yeah, definitely excited to see what other stuff that they have cooking up for next year, because I think next year is going to be their 10th anniversary, so hopefully they do something different, something crazy, if you will. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe, put new videos up on Saturdays. You can follow me on social media at TV Sonic Gaming, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, pretty much everything. And you can check out my podcast called the Travis and Damien Podcast. Talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. Yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. Now, see you guys next time with more videos.